Alrighty, how's it going, guys? Hank here, back at it again with yet another short video for the Review and Preview Sports channel. As always, don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Review and Preview Sports. And also, please don't forget to hit that red button down below and give us a subscribe if you like what you see. And today, the big news that we are here to talk about, the Detroit Tigers have signed Javier Baez to a 6-year, $140 million contract. Now, and yet another shortstop is off the books in this big free agent class. So a lot of people, Tiger fans especially, will probably say that this guy probably was the weakest shortstop remaining in the free agent class. And, I could definitely understand that argument. I think given that you still had Carlos Correa available and you heard his name linked to rumors of the Detroit Tigers and needing a new shortstop, I can see why he may have been the better option. But when you look at the Baez contract compared to what Carlos Correa could potentially be getting, I think the Tigers potentially got the better deal, even if they didn't necessarily get the better player. But anyways, let's take a look at the Tigers. Baez is going to be the new shortstop that is joining an infield that already has Jamer Candelario and Jonathan Scope at third and second. And in Javi Baez, you're getting a great defender and a solid hitter. He's got some pop. He can definitely hit to all fields. He's got a Silver Slugger and a Gold Glove award. And I think one of the key reasons why they got him is not so much that they're filling a hole at shortstop. They're getting a guy who is a veteran presence. He has some leadership qualities, and he's been in a lot of big games. Remember, he was with the Cubs during a time where they were consistently in the playoffs and among the best teams in the National League from around 2015 to 2019, or maybe even throw 2020 in there too. So he's been around the block. He was a big part of the Cubs World Series championship team in 2016. So he's definitely no stranger to big games. And he actually he was one of the 2 MVP award winners in the 2016 National League Championship Series. However, there is a downside to getting Javier Baez. As I mentioned, there is a reason that he wasn't the highest ranked shortstop out of all the free agent class. He does strike out a lot. And if you look at his strikeout totals over the course of the past 5 years, while they don't necessarily increase every year, they have become higher and higher for the most part. And one of the big numbers that I noticed when looking at him was he had a career high of 184 strikeouts last year when he split the season with the Mets and the Chicago Cubs. And another thing I mentioned that could be a downside is his attitude. We know that he has the attitude where he can say stuff that, can cause a little bit of controversy. For instance, I think Mets fans know all too well that there was this incident, and that did not go over so well, calling out the fans. But looking at it from a Tigers perspective, I think he might fit in better with their clubhouse as opposed to him staying with the Mets. And you look at the manager of the Tigers compared to the Mets manager, AJ Hinch is another guy who has managed a lot of big personalities with the Astros. Remember, he has that World Series ring. Say what you want about it. But I think he's probably better suited to manage Javi Baez's personality than Luis Rojas was. And I think when you have a mix of a few veterans and some young players, I think that definitely those are definitely ingredients for a winning team. And when you look at the Detroit Tigers as a whole, I think one of the big things that I took away from this offseason with the Detroit Tigers is Al Avila. Granted, it's been a slow process, but he has done a great job of slowly turning around the roster. And looking at it as a whole, I think they are really the only team in the AL Central that can compete with the Chicago White Sox. And remember, they not only improved their infield, they improved their pitching rotation too, because as I mentioned in a video a while back, they got Eduardo Rodriguez to another solid contract, and he's joining a pitching staff that already has young pitchers by the names of Casey Mize, Tarek Skubal, and Matt Manning. And look, Avila did a good job. He's signed not one, but 2 guys who have not only been around the block, but they both have World Series rings. And again, and looking at this contract, when you compare what Javi Baez is getting from the Detroit Tigers compared to what the Texas Rangers are giving to Corey Seager and what some team will eventually be giving to Carlos Correa, I think the Tigers got a really good deal because you're still getting him. You're still going to have a few years left of Javi Baez's prime, and I'm sure he'll still be in top form within the first couple years of the contract. And by the time the contract's up, he's going to be his mid-30s. Whereas you look at the Texas Rangers and Corey Seager, they're going to be, that contract is going to get ugly. They're going to be stuck with him until he is in his late 30s. And I would imagine the same problem will be true for whoever signed Carlos Correa, because there is no doubt in my mind he's going to get a 10-year contract from whoever signs him. But in any event, I like this deal. The Tigers are on the rise. And as I said, I think Al Avila really did a great job this offseason. And there's no question in my mind that the Detroit Tigers, if all of them stay healthy, have the potential to challenge the Chicago White Sox to win the AL Central Division. But anyways, that's all I really have to talk about today. Thank you guys again for watching this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more short videos like this, please hit that red button down below, give us a subscribe, give us a like, and leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel. Do you think the Tigers can compete with the Chicago White Sox? Do you think they made a good decision in signing Javi Baez to a 6-year deal? Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you guys later for some more MLB offseason news. But until then, Hank and Dichter, see you soon.